The next victim from the ultimate extreme demon is the golden. And I didn't expect it at all. On that voting pool, I had included things such as Limbo, Tartarus, and Firework, and yet you guys choose the golden? Guess I'll never understand people, man. Anyways, I find the golden to be definitely one of the levels of Geometry Dash. The decoration from this level is definitely a decoration as well, and the gameplay about it, I would just say it looks like a gameplay for sure. The thing is that the golden has never had anything special for me. It's just an extreme demon that has golden in its name, even though the level is practically just green. Anyways, today I'm gonna try to turn the golden into actual gold. Or maybe not, I don't know, maybe it's gonna look bad, I don't know about the future. Let's just start doing it already. So, as you may already know, the golden has a really simple gameplay. It doesn't have a lot of transitions and crazy stuff going on, unlike most of Extreme Demons. So I'm just gonna keep things simple here. I'm gonna make the first section inspired on the first part of the level, in which the gameplay is mostly made of UFO. The second section is gonna be inspired on that green ship part, because that part is pretty sick, to be honest. And the last section will be inspired on the iconic The Golden Wave. Oh my god, look at this. This goes intense. Now let's start decorating the first section. As you can see, actually as you can't see because I can't see nothing, this part looks quite simple, so it isn't gonna be too hard to remake it. The first thing I'm gonna be doing here is the block design, and even though the golden blocks are barely visible at all, I am gonna be making something that you can at least, you know, see. So yeah, I really wanted to keep that jungle temple theming on this part, because that's the theming that the golden follows, or at least it is supposed to. And for the base of the blocks, I'm gonna be putting some bricks and some small ground spikes into it. Also, I'm gonna make a small lightning point on the top middle of it, because I think that's gonna look kinda sick. Now, I will just make a lot of outlines and a 3D on this block, and since the golden spike deco is really simple, I will be just making some really simple spikes here, and it's basically done. I think I managed to reach my goal with this block, to be honest. It really looks like the golden block, but remade, and most importantly, actually visible. Okay, I think I should stop roasting this level. I'm probably going too far with it. After finishing this block, I just made some more structures, and then I just copied and pasted the details from it to them, just like that. And since the golden has a lot of copy and pasted blocks as well, I gave myself the freedom to do it. After doing the blocks, I decided to go and make the saws. I just made some really simple ones, kinda inspired on the golden saws obviously, and as you can see here, I just put them in random places of the part. Right after it, I did some really simple ground spikes using those triangular details and some of those chains, and this is how it is looking like so far. Now, since the golden barely has any air deco at all, and I didn't want to just make a black glow overthrow in here to fill up the empty space, I decided to come up with something new. And this thing was, I decided to add some vines to it, because I thought it would fit to the jungle temple theme, you know. I just picked up that round detail, put some triangles on it to resemble spikes, and then just connected them to some details of the part, just like that. I also made some more vines on the background and put some very subtle arrows on them. And for the last, just to ensure that this part isn't gonna look empty, I am just gonna put some small diamond shaped air deco things on the middle of the part, and I think this is looking really good so far. Now I will just select all, don't fade, don't enter, edit object, remove glow, deselect, ask save and exit. Okay, so after spending 3 hours fixing that small mistake, it was time to start doing the second section. And for that, as I've already said, I'm gonna do something inspired on this part right here, with these two greenish clipstep monsters. So I started to make their structures, and as you can see, I already changed a lot of things on it. For their details, I just made a bunch of lines and a lot of random visual details, and this is how it ended up looking like. I honestly really like it. Now I'm gonna just copy and paste it, because the golden does the same thing, except I'm gonna change this spike position, just like that. Around these monsters, I'm gonna make a really simple ground spike, and in the middle of it, I'm gonna put a kinda buried block design. And To finish it, since the middle part of it looks pretty empty, I am just gonna put some glow lasers on it, because why not? Now, it is time for what we all have been waiting for, the wave part. As you can see, this part, just like every other The Golden part, has a lot of square and rectangle shaped designs and also a lot of copy and paste. But it also has those little connectors on the block design in which I honestly hate to see them. Like, for me, once you put a connector detail into a block, it is over, your entire design is ruined. Anyways, since this is a The Golden remake, I am gonna have to put connectors into the blocks on this section. I hate myself. I just did a pretty basic structure here, then I put a small connector detail on the top part of it, and I put a little grass thing under it, so I don't know, it looks better this way, I guess. Then, of course, I spammed a lot of lines and glow, as I always do, and then I copy and pasted the details from this block to other like 5 designs, and then I copy and pasted the blocks all around the part and the designs are done. Yes, as you can tell, I really like copy and pasting things. Now, for the ground spikes of this part, I went for something a little bit different. So, as you can see, the saws of this part on The Golden have this small little thing inside them that I don't really know what it is called, I'm sorry. But honestly, this thing is an object in which I barely see being used. So we're gonna be one of the 8 people who have ever put this object in their level. I'll just put it behind this gear alongside with some black decoration on the middle of it. And we're gonna put this gear into the top part of the ground spikes, just like that. Then, for the ground spikes decoration, I will just put some glowy details into it, and then I'll just spam it around the part. Seeing it now, this part looks kinda mid to be honest, but so does The Golden, so we don't talk about that, okay? As you can see, The Golden in general has a lot of black details on the T3 layer, and I personally find it to be very not good looking, but since this is a remake from this level, I'll have to somehow incorporate it into this part. I will just put some random black details in T3 and turn up their scaling a lot. Then I'm gonna make them all move leftwards really quickly to add more intensity for this part. For the air deco for this part, I was really out of ideas since The Golden has practically no air deco at all. So I decided to go and try to make something different for it. I just picked up these chains details, increased their scaling, and then put an arrow in front of them. Afterwards, I just spread it over the parts just like that. Right after I did it, I realized it looked extremely ugly, so I just removed it. I was literally dying inside because I genuinely couldn't think about anything to make here for the air deco. But then I decided to check the wave part of The Golden again, and when I did it, I realized there are actually some small pieces of air deco into it. It being these random really low opacity and ugly chains. So I just kinda did the same thing for this part, and it actually looked pretty good. I mean, they'll have to do it. And the wave section is basically done. To finish this The Golden remake, I will just extend this part a little bit rightwards, so it works like a small transition to the next one, just for it not to look empty. Then, I just have to put the name from the members of my channel in random places of this level. Since I have over 10 members already, thank you all so much, I'll just say the name of everyone and show the places in which they are in very quickly. Burke, Vantasia, Delta, your username must be between 3 to 20 characters. Yes, this is actually his username. R6YY, Ghost Zen, Larry, Shoes, Vubio, Nicky Bricchio, ZTL Kai, and Wateos. Thank you all so much for becoming a member of my channel, I really appreciate it. Now we finally got to the drop part. For the drop, I really wanna put some 9 circles like Extreme Demon, so the next voting pool will most likely only include these. Anyways, I hope you liked this video and I will see you next time.